is going on, dudes? How you guys doing? I am TheeRealDuke, and we are doing some judging for, I almost said Pixel Art Challenge. That's coming up next. 3 Block Challenge, number 6. We got Stone Slab, Dark Prismarine, and the Cyan Glass Pane for this 3 Block Challenge. I got 2 special guest judges with me. What are they called? Slicks?
Hey, guy.
Nice try. And Drunk Slug. What's up, Slugsby?
Hello.
So, if you don't know what the 3 Block Challenge is, I pick 3 blocks, and then you have to use those 3 blocks. You may also use up to 5 torches and up to 3 signs to build the most unexpected and cool thing you can think of in this space. Then my special guest judges and I come around, we take a look-see, try and give some useful feedback, and, you know, hand out a lot of loot. You got to build within the plots, which are 13 by 13 by 13. There it is. Customizable lighting above and down below. Swish. So, you know, use those tools to your advantage. We don't have very many entries this in this 3BC, which is all good. Kids are busy with school, midterms time in this hemisphere. Other hemispheres approaching summer, or spring anyway. So we're just going to have one part. If you are checking us out on the live stream, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you guys taking a second to check this out. I hope you guys are up for some fun. Ask any questions in the chat, and we'll be happy to get to them. The more embarrassing for Slicks, the funnier, and therefore the better. If you're checking this out after the fact on the YouTubes, I appreciate it. This is part 1. This is all we're going to do. And then part number 2 will be the judging. Usually it's a 3-parter if you don't know. I think that's pretty much everything. I think we just get into this, get into the judging. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, plot number 1, one letter shore. Behold the rare Antarctican sea monster. Despite shedding at the moment, it still haunts the dreams of the travelers who managed to survive it. Pretty cool. We got Disco Babies. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
We have a special guest judge just joining us. He's the server owner from the Minecraft Tunnel.
I thought it was Feed the Beast.
He's that's his other server, which you can find by going to sandstonelove.com. Slicks is co-owner. You can also send all your complaints, comments, questions, and selfies to slick77 at sandstonelove.com.
And selfies.
They have to have sandstone in them.
They do have to include sand of some type and or sandstone in them. So we got an awesome sea monster. He's coming up. Looks like he's coming up. The water's blue is what I'm seeing. Water's blue. Stone slabs are the ice he's breaking through. He's got some ice chunks kind of floating around in the back. Maybe parts of icebergs. You see the water draining off him too, which is really, really cool effect. Digging it. Good detail. The Dark Prismarine looks a lot like scales. Like lizardy scales. So
It's a hard block to work with, I think.
Digging seeing that.
So pretty.
Nice. Very well done, in my opinion.
Now, speaking of new blocks, did you guys see the new red sandstone?
No, I didn't.
No, nobody saw that.
I've never heard of that.
It doesn't exist. Microsoft destroyed it.
Yeah, when they bought the game, they just removed it from the game.
That's not true.
So if you're using red sandstone, you will be banned.
You will be banned permanently. I think it's cool. Also, he's used the blue for the eyes, and also it's kind of like spikes coming up in the back. So it's like a couple different uses for the glass pane instead of just
like that.
Mixing it up is a cool idea. What do you think about this serpent slug?
I love it.
Yeah. Those
coming out of the water.
I want to nuzzle
pouring out of its mouth.
This little snout right here. Just want to
Got
nuzzle
one
in there.
thing to say about it too.
What you got, Disc?
If you go to the back, it's a little flat. Body itself is just a little bit flat.
Yeah, I think the shoulders, I would like to have seen maybe some broader shoulders, but also I think I'm picturing Godzilla in my head in a way, or like a Tyrannosaur type of thing, which would have, you know, shoulders, but this could be a snake-like serpent thing also, where it would be tubular.
All I would say is just maybe like a little bit more round at the back, so it's not just like a flat surface, you know.
Flat spot. Yep. What do you think, Slick?
I love the fact how he put a small hut here to give the serpent greater scale.
Very, very, very good point, Slick. Little hut, maybe an igloo, because it's in Antarctica. Even though there are no people native to Antarctica, they're still providing scale. Maybe this isn't an outpost of some kind.
Can we turn it tonight? I see some lights on at the top.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Oh, moody.
That is an awesome use. You can see with the panes, like the glass light shining into them makes them look almost like they're glowing, which is
I like it better at night.
freaking cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks spooky at that weird kind of eerie glow coming out of the water. Spooky. One letter shore, very well done. Good job, buddy. Plot number 2, one letter long. This is why you never bring small boats to sea. Giant tentacle monsters eat you whole with the boat, and mine is deadlier than shores. I mean, we are like the curvature. So the curvature of this tentacle with like the little suckers on it and stuff is awesome. You see this other one, this other big one coming up over here. There's the poor dude in in his little boat about to get et. Freaking awesome.
Yeah, he does not look happy.
He does not look happy at all. He looks a little bit like Ernie or Bert, but that's okay. All these tentacles coming up. Only thing I can think of here is there's like the water is all on one level, and if these giant tentacles were splashing up out of the water, like I feel like the surface of the water would have waves in it. There'd be some water splashing around, kind of a thing. But I mean, look at that! Look at that beast.
Yeah.
That is a cool monster.
Help.
Slick, what are you thinking when you see this? You picturing a
I'm
kraken or
assuming-
something?
That's exactly what I pictured first, but I'm assuming that these here are claws. And I can't picture a sea monster with claws that resembles an octopus or a squid.
Well, here it
And-
is. There, you can picture it now. You've seen it.
Could
He's given
probably
you
be
that
an
magic.
exaggeration, you know.
Yeah, you know, he's taking some
He wanted to
artistic
use more of the
license.
blocks.
Yeah, which he's free to do. You are you are traditionalist though, Slick, right? So
Yeah,
you
he
do
is.
you do prefer adherence to the graphics.
No, he created his own monster. This is badass. I want him to put a name to it.
You think of a name for it, Slick. We're gonna move on to what Slugs thinks. You put a name to it and then scream it later for no, just apropos of nothing later on. You just yell it out. What do you think, Slug?
This is pretty awesome. Just, I agree with you about the water movement thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, you created a cool little vibe here.
Yeah, that really created a cool, like this vibe you're talking about, this kind of sense of chaos with the tentacles coming up in all different directions. Sweat, till I sweat.
And then his face is right there.
Sneaking out. I wish I had Optifine on so we could zoom in. Anyway, great builds from both the brothers. Well done, you guys. Plot number 3, Crowrolk. That's their name in game. The Mystical Gem by Crowrolk. View at night, moody. The power of the gem has escaped its confinement. Who knows what kind of power has been unleashed? Mystical Gem. This is right up Slick's alley. If you know what I mean. It's in his repertoire. Mystical Gem. Altar type thing. Containment unit. Slick, what do you think about this? Come on, man.
Since it's contained, I don't feel like it's holding some type of holy power. Usually those are like upon a shrine where everyone can see it and just wonder about its strength.
So you
But
think
since it's float,
there's an inherently evil connotation to this one because it has to be contained.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And every gem that I've read about so far that floats has always some type of power with the sunlight,
Sunlight, okay.
which contradicts the evilness because sunlight's typically not an evil type power.
Maybe we have people kind of breaking out of the box here, right? Maybe it's a new kind of gem. It's not in your literature yet, Slick.
I know. I want to read about it.
You have to learn to read first, Slicks.
Yeah,
I try.
Baby steps.
Where is?
He really is working on that sea monster name. What do you think, Disc?
Um,
You have anything like
You know
this over at MCT?
no, we don't have this stuff. Not that good. Just kidding. I gotta say, I do like the gem. It kind of reminds me of something from Sonic and the crystals or whatever. And I don't know. It looks like it would be floating. She's got the pedestal in the middle. It's all got the glowing and abstract particle power stuff coming around it. So yeah, I can see she created a pretty good environment for it.
I agree. I'm picking up on that kind of floating power particle type thing. You feeling that, Slug? Feel floaty to you?
Yeah. She mentioned who knows what kind of power has been unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if she could show a little power coming off that gem somehow, give us a little taste.
Ooh. A little taste of the zap. A little taste of the smiting.
The zappy
or
zap.
healing,
Maybe the power
or
for the
healing.
thing is that it brings red sandstone back.
You know, well, you know, then it would be a cursed object. Coral, this is an
Yeah, I
awesome
know.
build. Good sense
I would hate
of
that thing,
good sense of environment that you created here. Feels like it's like, you know, it really is a contained space. Very
Yep.
well done. Very well done. Plot
Good job.
number 4. Sarcibi el Aquilar. So there
Sea
is
monster.
how do I describe this without sounding like a art nerd? There's a famous painting by a Spanish painter named Goya, and it has the same title, and it's of a black goat, of a big black goat, which is what the name. This is the name of the painting. That's what it means. It's a he goat. A large male goat. The only time in my art history career I've ever read the term he-goat or seen otherwise is here. So, I mean, he-goat, slightly different than a ram, but we do have the awesome horns. There's always a satanic or pagan ritualistic connotation to it, so CB here looks like she went full-on skull demon mode,
Yeah.
which is freaking awesome.
I really like this. Really well done.
Reminds me of the end of Doom 2,
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
right?
I saw a movie a long time ago. It was a different language, but had subtitles. And they had a character that basically looked like that black goat, and all he did was basically like do riddles, told prophecies, and be a general dick to the group.
I mean, a sarter is a classic little goat-legged kind of guy.
Yes.
From, you know, mythology that does that kind of thing, like Mr. Tumnus type. Mr. Tumnus? Anybody? Narnia? No? Okay. Anyway.
No.
She's provided us an incredible looking skull, very demonic, creepy looking. I'm gonna turn tonight. Scared deep into my dreams by this. Freaking awesome.
Yep. Very well done. I don't really have anything to say about this one.
Yeah, it's just awesome and it's cool to look
Really
at.
well done. Yeah.
You feeling it,
Maybe
Slug?
turn on some lights on the ground to make the glass panes
Yeah,
bright,
light
lighten
those
up or something.
Maybe use a little bit more lighting to add a little bit more eeriness. Maybe. Sweet. Very cool.
I think that's. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about that.
Plot.
Really
well
well
done,
done.
CB. Plot number 5. Trione, when it rains above the jungle. I'm also in the comments here, the stream, I'm getting corrections on my pronunciations of Sarter. They're saying Seder. I know the Seder to be a part of a Jewish ritual, which is a different thing. But hey, Seder, solder. I say Seder, you say solder. Anyway, so how are you guys interpreting this? Because I'm seeing, like, I see the dark prismarine as like blocks of tree leaves, and then I think,
Same.
like, sometimes I think like the glass panes are water pouring down, and sometimes I think they're tree trunks.
I think that they're water, and I think that this could be a sort of temple in the jungle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's raining down on it. Like an old one, it could be in like a cave or something like that, and then that's what I pictured. And then the trees have invaded the cave.
Kind of
And they
like
got the leaves in there and stuff.
an overgrown temple.
It is
type
a bit
thing.
confusing.
Because I'm thinking, okay, so I picture the jungle and I just picture a wild, random, rampant growth of trees, right? But then the rain is pouring down onto what looks like like this is a very intentional man-made design down here versus the kind of implied randomness of the tree, the canopy above, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I am getting that kind of temple vibe also. I don't know, maybe kind of a ritual altar. You seeing something like that, Slug?
Yeah.
I would have put that in the description then, if that was going to be what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, it is still an interesting build.
Maybe throw some raindrops in there, scattered around.
Yeah, and that make it not so linear.
Okay, just, you know, because not all the water is going to tumble directly through certain openings in the leaves. You're going to have leaves dripping down every so often.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you think, Slick?
Ancient temple in the rainforest. I would have liked to seen just like a scattering of prismarine down here as like a decoration piece.
Uh-huh.
But aside from that, the rain is the only other problem that like was really getting on my nerves.
Yeah. I mean, do you see it in Demand Human Sacrifice?
Oh, what's that movie that I could picture this off of?
Apocalypto?
Yes.
Yep. I'm inside your head. But it's cool. It's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. The fountain kind of thing. Very good execution of the water kind of flowing down the sides. Ends up, in the end, looking more like an intentionally built temple than like a snapshot, like a random snapshot of the jungle. But that's cool. It's all good. Well done, Trioni. Keep entering, please. Plot number 6, Ellie. Such a day it will be when the unholy serpent is brought down by a dagger-sharpened edge. Moody night view from other side, please. I view from where I want. Wherever I want.
Oh, I didn't even read the signs. I was wondering what that was. That is a cool dagger.
I knew Slicks was gonna like this one.
Is it stabbing the serpent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks kind of like it's going in the middle of it, yeah.
That's awesome.
I like how the snake's face actually really does look like a snake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've seen these before in sort of the same style, but the snakes are always more difficult to pull off.
Yeah, it's
especially
hard.
when you have to get them coiled properly, and I can see that this one is pretty well done.
Yeah, the average base difficulty level of doing a creature is just higher than doing a building because there's much more detail and skill involved in having to do it. Now, when people fail at doing creatures, they tend to fail spectacularly, but I don't think, just because it's so much harder, I don't think she failed at all here. I think this is pretty sweet. There's all kinds of
it is.
It's like water coming out of its mouth
really
here. This water kind of splashing around a little bit too. The sword looks awesome, or dagger looks awesome. The face looks awesome. Very cool. You feeling this, Slug?
Yeah, it looks like to me is it was about to strike. Like they said it was coiled.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever stabbed it with the dagger was faster.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
got it before it could strike, and the snake's like turning around like, what is that? Oh no, too late.
Like it can't even believe it.
Yeah.
It startled him.
The only thing I could possibly say about this, and this is maybe just me being greedy because I want to see more of it, the only thing I could possibly say is that there's some empty space up top here. So I just wish that maybe this, and I know this is asking a lot, but maybe the snake did one revolution of coil before it started to curl back around. So it does like, I don't know, it starts in this back corner and it does like 3/4 of a revolution, or maybe half of a revolution. Like, give us one more layer of that awesome serpent body before it curls back around it. And then that would pick the whole composition up just a little bit higher and fill up some of this empty space. But again, I just want to see, you know, more of this kind of a thing. So, that's it.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say on this one. Really good job, Ellie.
I'm more impressed with the dagger than I am with the snake.
I knew you would be, Slicks.
I've seen a couple other like good swords and such, but they typically just try to get the shape of the weapon so you can see what it is. This one, you got the good handhold, you got the decorative crosspiece, you got the jewel or polished metal in the center, signifying who you fight for, or just if you're wealthy or not. I think this is very, my opinion, I feel like it's a better detailed dagger than I've seen so far.
Very high praise from a dagger connoisseur like one Slick77. Good job, L. Head on down here to plot number 7, Sniper Spy 10. What were you going to say, Slick? Sorry.
Sometimes I wonder if there's a person that watches the live stream and hears me and just thinks I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, his name is TheeRealDuke. Plot number 7, Sniper Spy 10, based off Santa, the Cursed Angel, and the Relic, now known as the Fishman God. Freaking awesome. Do you guys remember a couple 3BCs ago? There was the there was Santa with the hit list.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
This is part number 2. I think the Fishman God we're looking for is maybe Poseidon. Got the cool trident type thing here. Let's see this at night. This is incredible. Look at
It's like
those.
a tuning fork.
Look at
He's got
those
Illuminati eyes.
Look at those Illuminati eyes. Oh. Nightmarish Illuminati eyes. Incredible.
It looks like he got startled and then maybe it was like,
Threw up everywhere.
He's
he threw up everywhere.
I believe he is summoning water from the depths, from beneath the depths.
I was
And it
thinking
is-
maybe
he's
he was
wielding it.
spitting it out.
As he could also be very thirsty and conjuring it from beneath his feet to drink. It's possible. He does look like he was startled, though. But also, it could be... Think about it like this, because he is a fishman god. So he does have the fishy scales. And if you think about it, like, many times fish look as if they're surprised because they don't have eyelids, usually. Right? So, I mean, I think this is a very, very accurate creation here. Very, very accurate representation of
Powerful broad
of the
shoulders.
fishman god, those supple shoulders and sinewy
I will
arms.
never forget the Fishman God.
No way. How could you? Look at this.
I know. The Illuminati Fishman God.
The Illuminati fishman god. Fishman god reminds me of Man Bear Pig.
He reminds me of a Lego character.
Yes. Very, very much so a Lego quality here.
Yep.
I do
Well,
notice...
it's actually true. Like though, you could base it off of a Lego.
oh, yeah, totally.
Set. You know.
Totally. One thing I do notice, I'm not sure why this is, but my camera's going to flip out for a second here. The arm holding the trident is... The forearm is two blocks wide, and the arm holding the sword is only 1 block wide. But
You know what that means.
But he's left-handed. When I look into these beady Illuminati eyes, I am not concerned with the thickness of forearms, to be honest.
I know. He's got this hypnotic, I rule the world.
Hypnotic, yes. Very well done, Sniper Spy. Very well done. Good work. We have, in plot number 8, Shumiako, Beneath Atlantis. View at night. Ooh. We're in night. I'm going to hit night one more time to make sure we're not approaching daytime. Man, this back wall
Reminding
here.
me of something definitely from Atlantis.
Yeah, this back wall here, I'm starting to see like faces appear and stuff, like eyes, maybe some kind of skull type things.
I think you're just crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking when I first saw this, I was like, well, what if it was like a sub, like a sub right here, and he was exploring the Lost City. But I think that's just like a thing in the middle.
I don't know. I get because so if you come inside and you pass by, I guess it's like a pendulum type thing. I mean, it has the vibe because it is lit from. Then it has the vibe of being some type of sacred object. But when you come in, there's like this little dais here, which kind of makes me feel like it's almost like a throne room type thing. But because of the way the walls are kind of built up, especially the side walls here, I picture like from Thor, the recent Marvel movies, like the treasure room or the armory right before the destroyer comes out, where like the wall kind of disintegrates and he like walks through it. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody see Thor? Nobody? All right, I'm alone here. That's okay. Anyway, that's the kind of thing that it reminds me of. That's what I'm seeing here.
There is an opening at the side, which might mean that it goes to a different place. It could just be a chunk out of a room.
Like it could be part of a larger complex. What do you think, Slick?
There's so much detail everywhere in this thing. It's amazing. I'm a little surprised that Atlantis is. I'm a little surprised that since it's underwater, it's not like eroded at all. But
isn't Atlantis in like perfect form?
Oh, I don't know much about Atlantis besides that it's just sunk.
It's just down there,
Yeah.
It's down there.
Yeah.
What do you think, Slug?
I like it. I mean, I don't know. It's a cool pattern.
Couldn't really phrase my thought either.
I'm digging it. There's so much detail put into it that my mind can kind of wander. Like it becomes kind of abstraction in a lot of points where I can kind of insert kind of where my mind wanders in there and getting some cool stuff looking around. Awesome build, dude.
What the? Oh.
Well done, buddy. Moving on to plot number 9, or Pickle. View at night, Moody. Rahab, the sea serpent. Cool.
This one looks more friendly than the others.
It does look like it does appear to have a nice big grin on it. I might have
Warehead.
I might have maybe, dropped the bottom jaw one lower and then used the slabs as teeth, maybe.
Since it's got such a flat tail, and that grin, doesn't it make you think, I'm gonna splash with my tail and get you wet? I picture that voice coming out.
I'm gonna splash you guys. I mean, this is supposed to be Rahab is, from the legends. It's supposed to be like rageful and fearsome and terrible. A little bit more rage and a little bit more fear and a little bit less, hey guys. But that is, it does have kind of a adorable smile on it, I think. I don't know. See, this is a really solid build from Pickle, but every time, Pickle, why are you always like, I don't want to enter, I don't know, and then you enter and you build a good build, dude? Like, why is that? Why you like that? Don't be like that. I mean, it's cool tail. It's cool to see, you know, the surface of the water. There's some splashing around, which kind of ties it all together. There's just like, you know, you see parts of the serpent kind of going into the water and coming out as if it's long, kind of implies like it's a really long serpent. It's a quality build from Pickle. I just want to see more stuff up here. Don't forget the top half.
He has inscribed a circle on the surface of the waters, at the boundary of light and darkness. The pillars of heaven tremble and are amazed at his rebuke. He quieted the sea with his power, and his understanding he has shattered Rahab. By his breath the heavens are cleared, his hand pierced the fleeing serpent.
Well, that was lovely. Is that from your diary? Dear diary.
No, that's from Who is Rahab the Serpent in Job 26.
Book of Job from the Bible, the Bibbly. Well done, Vic. Did I say Vic? I meant Pickle. Sorry. We're going to Vic next. Well done, Pickle. Oh, yeah. Plot 11, Vic the Tiger. The ugly but magical fountain. Well, points to the ugly but magical fountain, because it's no N.
Please, N.
Extra points for magical. Judges are corrupted. They always vote for creatures. Well, about that.
Makes me not want to look at this book.
No, I mean, we do talk about and praise creatures more. I've already expressed why I believe them to be more difficult, but if that's not enough and you choose to disagree or not believe, then all you have to do is go check the Hall of Fame, where there are 37 Three Block Challenges, and of those 37, only 15 creatures have won. So the vast majority are structures or abstract or other things. So I don't know what to say about us always voting for creatures. It's just not what reality is, but that's okay. That is not a big deal. Again, we all kind of think that creatures are more difficult to do, so it's more rare that they win, and that's why. Anyway, so we have here the magical fountain, and I wish it was maybe spraying something up here, because there's a lot.
There was just more water in general. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of empty room up top. This looks
like a thing that you would put in your garden that doesn't have that much. But, and then just the use of space at the top, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what makes
Vic,
a fountain?
There he is. I think
a fountain.
He actually looks kind of like a teddy bear from the front. I mean, water pouring out of it. Something pouring out of it. I mean, it could be soda.
I'm not trying...
Could be grape drink.
I don't want to sound rude, but this looks like it's a hill that got rained on and water's running down it.
I think it actually looks more like a geyser.
There you go. I was thinking volcano.
Yeah, like yeah. I think this would have been great if it was bigger, or maybe there was just water shooting up. Vic, why add more detail, buddy? Come on, get some water shooting out of that or something. Come on, man, you got the top half open. Vic, we know you can do better. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, what's up with that sign, Vic?
Yeah, it's alright. Plot 12, Kissy. The Cobra, view at night. We are still at night. I'm just going to hit it again just in case.
Brown? Feeling dinosaur. Oh! Maybe if it can get thirsty, it can drink from the fountain.
There's not enough water there.
I'm seeing Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar.
I said that because I
This
thought
is
it was
really.
inside.
This is.
See, here's what I think. From here, it looked a little bit like a Protoceratops, like a Triceratops, but with no horns on it, basically, right? Just a little kind of shield head thing. But from the side, like as you fly around and look at it from different angles, you can see the curvature of like the area under its head, which kind of pulls its head away, and you can see kind of how she's highlighted the shape of the detachable jaw. You see it's kind of cool, little snake eye with the line in the glass pane.
Guess he wonders if his breath stinks.
Gross. Got a cool
A nice
thin
thin layer
design.
skin.
Yeah,
with
cool
designs in it.
cool design on the back of the hood.
I really like the flaps at the back. Nice color contrast.
Yep.
Oh. Guess you got one pane too many.
Hmm?
Didn't the what's it? Make
No,
it
she's
purposely
fine.
not symmetrical?
Huh? I don't think it's supposed to be.
Oh,
Guess
I
it
always
doesn't
thought-
really build symmetrical all the time.
I thought like cobra flaps were supposed to make it look like a face, so it had the same design on each side.
I don't think that they're exactly the same. It's just like a human face. Can't be identical. One thing that I would say is that I wish that the top was a little bit more rounded, not so flat. Up here. Nevertheless, though, this is really nice. I like it.
Well done.
Job to
Well
Kissy.
done, Kissy. Digging that snake head. And last but not least, plot 14, Derp's Bane.
Reptar.
The derpy pygmy dinosaur, short arms and legs, he won't ever catch prey. In his cage he sit all day, growl and snarl as hard as he may. But from this derpy dinosaur, none run away. I mean, it looks to me like he could very easily get out of this cage.
Not a very well-built cage.
This is
please.
not a very well-built cage. Though it would be difficult, like, I mean, it would be distracting and strange if he had like a million grates on the cage, you know?
Yeah.
At this angle,
Mhm.
I thought this was the pink monster from Doom.
The what?
Alex, is there anything else that you don't think is from Doom?
This is the
I
first
made the
thing I
Doom
thought was from
reference
Doom.
earlier.
Dude,
That
this
was
is
sweet.
the second one.
I made the Doom reference earlier, not Slick.
Was it? Oh, okay.
It was
you know what, Slicks? I
But
still don't
thanks
retract my comments,
thanks for
but
confusing us. But the way the teeth are spaced, I'm definitely also seeing Reptar. For some reason,
yeah.
this is a real Reptar, Rugrats kind of...
Yeah. I like the spikes at the back. They're well done.
kind of a thing.
Why is this 14? Yeah.
I honestly think that the cage takes away from it.
You'd
Yeah, I
like
don't
to
think
Yeah.
the siege was needed.
Well, I see. I was thinking that, and there's two things about it. The first is there's not quite as many glass panes as there could be, so the block ratio is off. And then if the cage wasn't there, which I thought at first too, like, then it would definitely be just mostly the dark prismarine, and then the block ratio would be way off, you know.
Ah.
But I mean, I would like to see, as a standalone thing, I would like to see it, because I do feel like parts of it are harder to see because of the angles you got to take to get around the bars of the cage.
If you were to do the cage like this, I would have probably said maybe you could use some panes around the edges and stuff to bump that block ratio up.
Mm-hmm.
So, nevertheless, though, it's a tiny little dinosaur in a cage.
And I do really appreciate the kind of flashback here to my younger years watching the Rugrats, which I was actually too old for, but I was aware of at the time. What do you think, Slug? You seen Reptar? Weptar?
Moving on.
So that is it for part 1. The judges and I are going to be back shortly with part number 2, where we hand out some sweet awards. Dudes checking us out on the live stream, thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys are having some fun with us. If you are on the server and watching the live stream, check it out, dudes. The Player Choice Award voting is open. Check out dude/BCW. Pick your favorite and give it a vote that it may win prizes. Right now, plot number 12 is win 3 to 1 to 1 to 1. You got until we're done handing out prizes in the next part to do that. So we're going to give you guys a couple minutes to get on and do some of your own voting. And then we will be back soon. If you're checking us out after the fact on the YouTubes, I appreciate your view. I genuinely do. Thank you so much for checking this out. The thing is, you should have been there because we had fun during the live stream. Slick said some really silly things. You should have been there. Anyway, stay tuned for part number 2 because that is coming up in just a sec. Thanks again, dudes. I'll see you back in just a minute.